This is Savage W, MMA fan, back with another video. So, Randa Markos loses another fight. I believe this is 3 in a row, and it's not looking real good for Randa. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fight in this video, but I'm mostly just going to focus on Randa in the present and, maybe what her future may be. But I want to look at it from a little bit more analytical standpoint, slightly beyond the sport of WMMA, but of course it's going to be included. So listen, maybe this wasn't a good matchup for Randa Markos. And considering the fact that she's been very inconsistent in her career, she's a real tough fighter, very talented, she's presented herself as a very, very cool, humble individual. And the thing about it is that, confidence is a motherfucker, y'all. Self-belief, it's truly something to behold and something to possess as an individual. In my opinion, I just think Randa, if you pay close attention to her, you can tell that, she's had very many ups and downs, and I applaud her for continuing to go forward in things. There was many days I was just fucking done, Life is not fucking easy, regardless of what our opinions are on the fighter and whatnot, right? But, being critical still to a point, I noticed something that in this fight, it just didn't seem like Randa was really pulling the trigger like that. And to Murata's credit, she had something to do with that, She's a good wrestler. She's quick. And her submission game was on point, and it was giving Randa some problems, especially later in the fight. Randa has never been the best striker. It was a little sloppy, but again, she just wasn't pulling the trigger, And it just seems like in this fight, she wasn't really seizing the moment to really prove, that she wanted to win. Now, in the third round, and I got to be fair, she really made a good effort late, but it just happened all a little too late in the fight. So she basically got dominated most of this fight. I think the ground time was like 8-11-0. So Murata just kind of dominated this fight. But this is the same fighter, folks, who beat Carlos Esparza. Now, is Murata a better fighter than Carlos Esparza when it comes to wrestling? Look, I don't know. I'm not here to debate that right now. I just know it's another tough loss for Randa. And, Randa has came up and said, hey, I've had some mental struggles. I got a sports psychologist, and I've talked to some people in the community about it, and it's real. It's a real struggle. And, it's just unfortunate because this is a fighter who submitted Angela Hill in the first round. She came out and she just took it to her. Now, I noticed something, though. Something a little different. She kind of had some beef with Angela Hill. She kind of had some extra fire about that fight. And I just hope that if she continues fighting, fuck fighting for a second. Whatever she continues to do, right? That she get that fire back, that focus back. Or if it's just that she don't have it for fighting and it's just something else, another path she needs to take, is fine, I'm not here to say whether or not she should retire or anything. I don't see evidence of that, but I have noticed this pattern of Randa Markos taking these short notice fights, right? And when you take a lot of short notice fights, let's compare her to Angela Hill. Angela Hill has kind of been up and down, but I think she's won most of her short notice fights, which has been more recent than Randa. But Randa still had a lot of short notice fights. You know what I'm talking about? But Randa just constantly loses or ties, and sometimes, like with the Dern fight, she loses in a devastating way or heartbreaking way. So I don't know what's next for Randa Markos, but I really hope she gets it together. I was listening to the fight, and they were saying that this was her 16th strawweight fight in the UFC, and that ties Angela Overkill Hill for the most fought in the division. That's a lot of damn fights, y'all. She's been through the ringer. She, like I said, she has some quality wins, and I just hope for the future, whatever healing she needs, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. I just hope that she's all right, because this is a beautiful person inside and out, and whatever happens, if they cut her, so be it. But I've definitely enjoyed Quiet Storm in UFC, and I look forward to see where she's at in the future. This is Savage W, MMA fan, and I'm out.